Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from a passed on loved one. So please take a deep breath, drawing the energy up your spine, creating a clear and open channel. And as you exhale, allow yourself to come into clear knowing which group or groups has your message in it for you today. We have group number 1 on the left with the Sodalite, group number 2 in the center with the Chalcopyrite or Peacock ore, and group number 3 on the right with the Emerald. As always, the timestamps to your readings are listed below in the description box, as well as information about personal sessions with me when you're ready. I have a spiritual store with a plethora of crystals, decks, books, journals, and personal sessions, all including the topics of tarot, astrology, self-exploration, meditation, Reiki, etc. So if you are interested in any of that, feel free to check out my store below in the description box or on Etsy at Spiritualistic. If you're interested in exclusive content, you can find it on my YouTube members channel on the inner circle button below in the box there, and also on my Patreon, where you'll be able to join a special community of curated content there as well. So, thank you so much for being here. I love you, I'm grateful for you, and I'll see you at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, Group 1, Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from a passed on loved one. You selected the first group with the Sodalite stone here. Connecting with this energy, this person loves you very, very much, and they want to give you a really big hug. The energy here feels graceful, very nurturing, gentle, and a little bit like it's like a gentle spunkiness, a little bit spontaneous or adventurous, but not in a wild way. It's definitely very gentle, very soothing, very calming. This is a nurturer. This is someone where you feel welcomed in their home. When you sit down around this person, you decompress. When you hear this person's voice or you feel them with you, it brings about a sense of calmness, a sense of relief. This is someone who is wishing to continue to fulfill that energy towards you moving forward. And one of the messages they have for you is to express yourself fully and authentically in this life. You may feel that you're doing this, but they also want to remind you that self-expression is often translated as speaking up. Now, what they mean when they say express yourself is express yourself in your clothes, express yourself in your choices, express yourself in your activities, express yourself in your day. This energy would like to gently draw to your awareness, and for some of you, challenge you, because the energy here, it's coming through as very gentle. The words that they would like me to use are very soft, but the energy coming through, I'm using my vernacular to express, of course. So in the gentlest way possible, this energy is challenging you to find ways to express yourself to the fullest in ways that are non-verbal. Because this will help open you up to a world around you, and it will help you also to feel more in tune with the world around you, feel more yourself, and it will open up doors for you in this world and in your perspective that you haven't maybe explored all the way yet. Now, you might be someone who loves to set a plan into action. You love to speak your mind. You love to express yourself. You might be a writer. You might be a singer. You might be a content creator. You might just be someone who loves a nice long conversation. And your desire for expression, your love for expression, has many other manifestations than just that which is verbal. Now, this loved one of yours is not coming to tell you what to do or where to go for some of you. but they would like to offer you the perspective that they have from, yes, having lived their life and having known and met you and loved you, but also from having gained the perspective of seeing you not from the outside in, as we meet other humans face to face, but from the spiritual side out, now that they have been around you, guiding you, loving you. This is someone where they're sharing that you have for some of you, it's a picture of them in your wallet or on your vanity. For some of you, you have something of theirs that you keep out and you cherish it. For a few of you, you have an altar set up and this person is included, but for the vast majority of you, this is something where you have something that reminds you of them, or something that they gave you, or something they passed down, or a picture of them that is kept close to you, or somewhere that you will often readily see it. This person's message for you is to allow yourself to soften up and express more boldly. So soften up verbally, but bolden your expressions that are nonverbal. Allowing yourself to tap in with this energy, because there's so much beauty and grace and loveliness within you that wants to come forward and come out. And I'm being shown bubbles, which is beautiful. They would like to tell you that you are looking gorgeous, you are healthy, and also that your soul seeks expression in certain forms that you're feeling and are maybe looking for subconsciously where to express or how to express this energy. This person is someone who would have made a few peculiar choices in their life. Not necessarily something that has to be groundbreaking, but it can be something where this person always wore really fun earrings, or where this person always went to interesting places, or this person always had a new quirky word in their vocabulary. There is one area of life that this person liked to keep fun and spunky, where the rules did not apply. But ultimately, this loved one of yours would like to let you know that there is something about you that you expressed when you were very young, for some of you a baby or a toddler or a young child, that they saw you grow into and then grow back out of. But they would like for you to, as it honors you, go back around and honor that part of you as well. They want to hear you sing. They want to see you write. They want to see you create. And they would like for you to allow your imagination to run wild. This passed on loved one wants to let you know that sometimes things in this life are sharp, and sometimes things in this life are soft and smooth. And the duality of these things is what makes us human. It's what makes this life real. But never forget that you have sovereignty over your own choices. You never have to do what you're told, eat what you're told, act how you're told, wear what you're told. You don't have to follow the trends, although you can if you'd like. You don't have to eat what you're told to eat, although you can if you'd like. You don't have to be around who you're told to be around, although you can if you'd like. Remember that most expression is underneath the surface. When expression is verbalized, this is usually the last manifestation of said expression. It is the end of the life of expression. Words are not immortal when they're spoken, like they can be when they're written. Expression is an energy. It's a vibe. It's your aura. And so this loved one of yours wants to let you know that there's so much more to them than their fun earrings or their wacky diet or their interesting shades of lipstick. They want to let you know that this is all expression. Everything tells a story. And that story is within the heart. It's within the soul. It doesn't necessarily need to be spoken aloud. When you go travel somewhere, you do it for the experience. You don't do it to tell others that you've been there or to tell everyone every single detail. When you live life, inevitably there will be things that you carry on your own, good and bad, exciting, weird, sad, and everything in between. And so, this loved one of yours would like to let you know that it is precious, those moments that you spend with yourself. Also, precious moments, like the collectible line, might be significant for some of you here. So, let's tap in with this candle here for some fire scrying. Group number 1's loved one, thank you for joining us today. I'm hearing the song We Didn't Start the Fire, which is a little funny and spunky. There is something here that you have in common with this person. And they want to let you know that just like you feel as though you're carrying on a legacy in some way, they felt the same way. They would love for you to get more interested or to learn a little bit more about where they got this from, what legacy they were carrying forward that you are passing forward today. You might think of this loved one and think of something specific, and they think of you and think of something specific as well. They want you not to be afraid to walk your path alone, but they also want you not to feel as though you have to walk your path alone either. Balance is a tricky game, and they want to come through and let you know that you have grown up very nicely. You've become wise, and they would like to draw awareness to your root, to your base, your root chakra, your home, to your foundation, your root here. Your energy is top heavy, which might mean that this might be your body shape, it might be genetic, this might be your spirituality, it might be that you're very mental, very intellectual, it might be that you're very vocal. This is something that is not new, but it is something that deserves to be reinforced in your foundation. So do not be afraid to add that expression, those expressions of these parts of you into your foundation. You're allowed to be more creative, not just in a sacral way, but in a spiritual way, in an expression kind of way, in a way where if we look at throat chakra expression versus sacral creativity, you're allowed to have throat chakra expression in areas ruled by your lower chakras, meaning your stability, your comfort, your pleasure, your creativity, your emotions, your confidence, your sense of self. You're allowed to get creative with those things that might seem a little more clear-cut, dry. Even creativity, it can be more spiritual. It can have more self-expression in it. You don't have to create things by the technique. You don't have to create things that are cutting edge. You create things that are you, and that is the difference. You don't have to create through your emotions. You can create through your intellect. You can create through what's going on in your mind versus what's going on in your emotions. You can channel. You can channel where you put the things on your wall in your house. You can channel the order in which you organize your bookshelf. You can channel the way that you budget and spend your money. This loved one of yours wants to let you know that they left something behind for you, specifically, and that you've received it already. And you might, for some of you might either not know what it is, not know where it comes from, or not know if it's real. For some of you, this person left something for you. You showed it to someone, and all of a sudden it went missing. Someone has it. That's only for a very small few of you. And for a few of you out there as well, this person left several things for you. They might be diamonds and you don't know if they're real or not. They might be items with a backstory that you don't know, but you feel that they're special for some reason. They might be things that they collected while they were traveling, or some of their quirky lipsticks or earrings or cufflinks or something like this. You're noticing that you are wanting to calm down yourself, not because you're not at peace, but because you are. You're wanting to simultaneously grow and settle down. And this passed on loved one of yours wants to let you know that they felt a similar sensation in their life, where how could they possibly slow down when what they wanted to do is grow and expand and speed up? That how could they possibly grow and expand and speed up with a heart that is calm and at peace and rested, has no need to hurry, no desire to rush? There is some sort of example that this person has set based upon the story of their life. And they want to let you know that there's something around you that is within your local vicinity that is growing. And with this being the case, it seems as though there's something else. There are a few other things that it's easy for you to draw your attention to, that kind of magnetize your attention. But there's also this energy that is behind the scenes that is growing into something beautiful. And when it is time, they would like for you to step into this wholeheartedly. This is something that once your expression is more comfortable in nonverbal ways, you will find that you are a perfect match for whatever this is that's been coming up in your life. But either behind the scenes or as something that you have a hard time focusing on. Or for some of you, something that is here, but it feels a little bit like it's not on your priority list or like it's not necessarily standing out. There are some hidden flowers in your garden, but right now you're focused on the weeds. And you're not being called to go and necessarily seek the flowers or cut the weeds, but to allow the natural ecosystem to follow its own natural cycles. This loved one of yours wants to remind you that it's okay for you to try things that are new. It's okay for you to immerse yourself in other cultures, different foods, try new things, to go against the grain or do something a little wacky sometimes. It's normal, it's natural, and it's you. And there is something here about a garden, perhaps an orange tree or a citrus tree that is coming through here. They're saying, remember the citrus tree, remember the orange tree. They wish they had given you more. They wish they could give you more. But they want to let you know that just as they supported you as much as they were able or allowed when they were here, allowed is coming through strongly, they also want to support you now in the same way, but in ways that don't have such, I'm hearing, heart-wrenching burdens attached to them. So there may have been some sort of personal situation that got in the way of your human connection with this person. It can be that they live far away. It can be that someone didn't want you to connect with them, or that there was some sort of distance mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, etc. But without focusing on that too much, they want to let you know that there is a smoothness, a calmness, a gentleness, a gracefulness that is coming through for you. And there's something really significant here about flower petals. They're showing me someone picking petals off of a flower as the divination technique. Like, what is that? They love me not. They love me not. Or twisting the apple stem, saying ABCs or 1, 2, 3s, and having set message for that. For some of you, even the fortune tellers that we used to make in the 90s and 2000s that went like this, where you fold the piece of paper, those. They're saying, don't forget your roots and don't forget your ancestors. When you seek a calm, peaceful, quiet light, they're here for you and they'll welcome you in. This soul is very much at peace. They very much love you. And they want to let you know that they're surrounded by their loved ones and they couldn't be happier. And you're more than welcome to step into that peace. And they want to let you know as well that they have no desire to burn any bridges. They never did. And not to forget that your connection with God, or your connection with spirit, your connection with the universe, your connection with the divine, is the most important thing in this world. They want to make sure that you receive this message from them, because this might not be someone that you expected to receive this message from. They want to let you know that it doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter why, it doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter which belief system, or if you have a belief system, it doesn't matter which denomination, it doesn't matter which religion, it doesn't matter which faith. As long as you have that connection, because it is personal. Just like you cannot truly feel loved if you seek it only outside of yourself. You cannot truly be in connection with that divine source, love, God, universe, if you constantly seek it outside of yourself in an institution. This does not mean you cannot find guidance. This does not mean you cannot find a sacred temple or a safe space or a good church or something. But they want to let you know that like-minded individuals are always a blessing on your path, and that your connection with yourself and your connection with the divine are going to continue to merge into one another. So don't neglect one for the other, and express yourself fully. I will now pull a channeled light code from this person for you, so that we can pull some messages for you, and we can also have something for you to screenshot and save if you'd like to connect with this person on your own time, again, deeply. Okay, last on left one of group 1, please come through with the light code. They want to let you know that you will be able to smell them. And there's something almost like floral and waxy that's coming through here. They're saying, remember a song that you sang to them, or they sang to you, or a song one of you used to sing, or there's a significance with a song here. They want to tell you that they're visiting you in your dreams, but perhaps you're not seeing their physical body, or their energy could be presenting as someone else, so that you feel more at peace with somebody else because the energy that's coming through is theirs. They want to tell you that they see your devotion to all things good, all things pure. They're really drawing awareness to the way that you are connecting with your subconscious mind and your dreams. And they want to let you know that you have done as much as you can. You've lived a very long, interesting life, many lifetimes within just this one incarnation. And they know that you haven't always had it easy, but they would like to let you know that they're here with that just calmness, that genuinity, that peace. And that you deserve to be at ease and at peace. That might not be the world that was shown to you. That might not be the world that you were brought up in, but that does not mean that you can't find it. There is a personal story about this person's life that's coming up. It might be one that you think about often. This involves them and something that seemed ordinary that turned into something magnificent. And they would like to remind you that sometimes the most ordinary things can be the things that hold miracles. They love you. And there's something that they used to love to listen to or look at or enjoy that they can experience through you as your guide, but they cannot necessarily. It's like if they have their favorite song, they can hear it if you listen to it. If they love to sit and watch the waves in the ocean, or they love to eat tacos or smell firewood burning, they can experience these things again when you experience these things because they are around you. So they feel a bit shy and humble in asking this. They're saying it's a bit shameless of them to ask, but they would love for you to maybe make some of their favorite foods or try something that they used to make all the time or love all the time. There's something that they used to make a lot that they loved that you maybe didn't necessarily love, and they would love for you to try it once more so that they can experience it again. This can be a song, something that's special to them. They really are emphasizing once more the importance of fresh air, different cultures, and good food. And there's something here about not being afraid to take the leap. Not being afraid to take a leap. Although it maybe won't make sense at first or to anyone around you. Because sometimes the largest risks can lead to the most magnificent, stable, yet somehow gloriously ordinary results. And sometimes the most ordinary things or people or situations can lead to the most marvelous miracles in your life. So we'll put this aside. Can we get another message, please, from group number 1's passed on loved one to them? We use the graphic tarot. Okay. I'm hearing the song Cinderella by the Cheetah Girls or Play, or that song was kind of recycled a few times, but it's saying I'd rather rescue myself. I don't want to be like Cinderella. This person would like for you not to be afraid to change. You can change your mind. I'm hearing that Hannah Montana song. Oh my goodness. You can change your hair and you can change your clothes. You can change your mind. It's just the way it goes. You'll always find your way back home. Some of you already have. And they want you not to forget that feeling because there are other ways you can receive that feeling. Again, they're saying fresh air, different cultures, new foods. But that same feeling can persist. You can follow that feeling and find other things that give it to you. And you don't need to stress or confuse yourself or try to strive for finding that. But they would like to let you know that when you find it, honor it. Let it be a collection. Let it be an addition to your collection, your inventory of things that are special to you, that feel like home to you. I'm also being shown The Little Mermaid, her little grotto of collectibles from the human world, because all of these things were showing her something that she was going to experience. And she knew she wanted to go experience it, but she didn't know what necessarily awaited for her. And they're coming through with a little bit of a joke. That doesn't mean that they're encouraging you to meet someone, never have a conversation with them, and get married with them after a week. But there is also this emphasis of the importance of nonverbal communication, pure love, fresh air, again, different cultures, new foods, again, this theme that's coming up here. And so again, with the Hanged Man and the Death card, they're saying don't be afraid to change your life, don't be afraid to change your mind, don't be afraid to make big, bold decisions. They are yours to make. Don't be afraid to wear the funky earrings, don't be afraid to wear the fun shoes that match none of your outfits. Build your outfit around those shoes, or let something that feels like home help you build a new life. There's nothing wrong with your life as it is today, but this person would like to egg you on a little bit, because perhaps no one else around you will. They love you so much, and they want you to know that you are a lot stronger than you think you are. They're showing me Winnie the Pooh and that Christopher Robin quote, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and I don't have it fully memorized, but it's that quote. 111 is coming out here in your reading. We also have 1, 2, we have 12, we have 41. So this is an energy where they're saying that they've got your back. This is a guardian angel of yours that has your back, and they want to let you know that you are strong, you are capable. If you put your mind to it, you can achieve anything. And they also want to let you know that you can achieve things that you don't put your mind to also. Sometimes you can do things because you feel like it. You can always change your mind. Things don't have to be such a big permanent deal all the time. They're saying you can get married and you can get divorced. You can dye your hair and you can dye your hair back. You can learn a new language and then literally never use it. You can try a new food or a new diet and then decide that you don't want to do it anymore. You are allowed to use trial and error in your life, and it's not a waste of time. It's expression of self that is not verbal, and you will learn something new through everything, whether or not you like it, whether or not it's permanent. They're saying it's about high time that the people around you grow up and that you grow down a little bit. It's not to say to act irresponsibly, but it's saying that you can afford to let loose a little bit. You can certainly afford to make a decision that you can change your mind about later. It's okay. You're allowed to do something, I'm hearing, for the lulz. I'm not getting that person would say it, but again, they're using my vocabulary to send you this message. And they also want to let you know that there are people around you that this loved one of yours coming through knows and loves dearly, that have your back no matter what. No matter what. So there's something here that you've done for them or for this passed on loved one or both that they're saying they could never repay you for. And it's something that you've carried with you heavy in your heart for a while, but it doesn't seem like a negative thing. It seems like just, I'm hearing a necessary evil of this world, but it's also something beautiful, something expansive, something, of course you would do that. It's like taking off your own jacket and giving it to someone else, even though you're both cold, it's cold outside, but you're giving them your jacket. It's something like this. You deserve the world, and you also deserve to not necessarily need to be so serious all the time. You can change your mind, you can change your belief, you can change your life. So take the leap of faith. Don't be afraid to jump. Now, if they could teach you one lesson, or if they can share one lesson or one moral of the story here for you, we're going to see what that would be here. Saying left bottom. Okay. Walking the next stretch of his journey seemed endless, speaking about the fool. He used this time to sort out his thoughts and review everything he had learned thus far. Sound familiar, Group 1? There was so much more to the universe than the fool could have ever imagined, and he had seen it all just through the course of his journey. After a long leg of the journey, the tired fool decided to set up camp below the night sky. He reminisced about the star and realized that he could manifest things beyond his wildest imagination. To manifest, he learned he only needed to believe in something hard enough. So, group number 1, that is your channeled message from your passed on loved one. They want to give you a great big hug and a kiss and tell you that they love you so much. There's something here about putting their hand on your face or pinching your cheeks or something like this that's coming through as well. Or at the very least, for someone it's like a nice little tap on the shoulder or on the face or something. But it's very, very endearing. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. I love you. I'm grateful for you. If you're interested in a personalized channeling session, I do have channeling sessions, tarot readings, personalized light codes, and astrology, Reiki, astrocartography, etc. also available on my shop. You can also find all of the crystals that were used in today's pick a card reading, as well as many others, on my store. That's in the description box, and it's on Etsy at Spiritualistic if you're interested. For more exclusive content, you can follow my YouTube membership channel or my Patreon. Both have different sets of exclusive content. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find my TikTok and my Instagram below as well. I'm grateful for you, I love you, and I hope you enjoyed your reading. I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group 2. Namaste and welcome to your reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from a passed on loved one, and you selected the second group with the Chalcopyrite, also known as Peacock ore. Group number 2. This person wants you to know that they see your devotion to yourself, to God, to the universe, to source, to spirituality, to helping people. Some of you are in like healing professions. You could be therapists, nurses, healers, things like this. This person would like to let you know that there are some things that you've experienced across other incarnations that feel familiar to you now, although they feel as though they're missing now because you've had them around. You've had some energy around you and it's no longer present. Now, it might surprise you that they're bringing up this topic with you, but there's a reason. They would like for you to use your God-given skills and talents, your spiritual blessings, your spiritual gifts, not just psychic abilities, but your spiritual gifts, your God-given talents, gifts, abilities, skills. This person wants to see you dive more into your creativity. And whatever this energy is that they were mentioning a minute ago about there being something that has been around you for lifetimes and all of a sudden it's not here, wondering if you need to hit a particular time before it comes in, or wondering if it's not for you because you feel as though it's not going to come, but you also feel as though it's always been there, so it's natural. It's weirder for it not to be present. You have learned something through this. There is a deep soul wisdom that has come through this, and you're being called to follow the wind here. This passed on loved one of yours wants to remind you that you have put in your hours, you have put in your work, you have put in your devotion, and that the only thing that truly exists is bliss and true divine connection and joy in this life. It is the illusion of all things around you that is truly what it is that creates the nuance that we experience, and it's a little less the illusion and more of our response to the illusion. You are very wise, and while you have gone through rocky roads, you've climbed mountains, moved mountains in this life and in many others, the path ahead looks a lot differently than it has in the past. You're aware of this. You've always been aware of this. But this transitional period for you has felt like the beginning of this new chapter. You're being called to look at this transitional period as a chapter in and of itself. Not as long as the first, not as long as the second, but not permanent either. There are things in your life that have been shifting and changing, and the things in your life that feel like they don't belong and they're perhaps feeling like they should be ejected because they don't fit with everything else around you, these are the things that likely will stay, that will become the most permanent. You have some gifts, skills, talents, abilities that have come through your walking through this life and through many others as well. And this passed on loved one of yours wants to let you know that you are anything but dull. You always do your best to see the bright side. And it's not because it's because you're aware that nothing other than this truly exists. It's not because human emotions don't exist. It's not because mental health doesn't exist, because they do. They very much exist. However, these are not responses, but reactions to situations and environments that are divinely orchestrated for you. You have been through the ultimate divine orchestration, the ultimate divine sacrifice of self, whatever this means for you, the ultimate renunciation of self or of something here earthly, and this has led you to be who you are today. This passed on loved one of yours would like to let you know that sure, everything is not what it seems, but to remember that the things around you sometimes are only the tip of the iceberg. Even the tip of the iceberg can be so absolutely beautiful that it draws attention to itself. But there are still mysteries beneath the surface to be uncovered. The iceberg of God, this energy is using the term God a lot, and as I personally channel like non-denominational spirituality, you'll hear me use God, spirit, source, universe, light kind of interchangeably depending on who I'm channeling. I just wanted to bring forward that this energy is using the word God specifically. They're saying that God has a plan. They're saying that, well, you can be as close to God as you want to be, but you can always get deeper. You can always see the most beautiful, amazing things, and there's always still more to see. You can learn amazing things, and there's always more to learn. They want to say that no matter how much of the iceberg you see, there is always more beneath. And this is because the universe is ever infinitely expanding. God is infinite. And so there is something here that you are almost expecting to play out again in this life, because it's always been there and it's normal for you. And there's an energy here that it would be both a sacrifice and a blessing to receive this. But there's also this knowing that you also get to experience pristine energy in this life. This passed on loved one would like to let you know that they have experienced what is ahead for you in their own right in a few ways. Not all of it, but bits and pieces of the spiritual experience. But what it is that you've gone through in the past, in this life and in others, they've never experienced. They couldn't imagine experiencing. And so they want you to know that they see you as special and that they hope that you see yourself as special too. And it's not because you are special, in comparison to others, or that anyone is or special or not special, or chosen or not chosen, but rather because sometimes in this life, this loved one of yours wants to remind you that it's a journey. And everyone has a different perspective, a different path, a different intention. And so whatever this energy is that caused renunciation for you, maybe you've had, maybe you're very religious or very spiritual. Maybe some of you are devotees. Maybe some of you have been like monks or nuns or priests or yogis in past lives, or even in this life. There is this energy of you've renunciated all that you can. And so now what you are renouncing is renunciation in and of itself, which is really, really, really like still presenting itself as the tip of the iceberg. Not because in a general perspective it is such, but rather because this is your journey. There is so much still left to uncover. And so it's interesting. This is coming from a passed on loved one that is on your spirit team very clearly. This is a guide of yours. So let's tap in here with the fire. Passed on loved one of group number 2. Speak to us through the fire. What is it here that they need to know? I was counting to 8 while I lit that candle for some reason. 8, the 8th house, Scorpio, Pluto. We have this energy of spirituality, of course, sex, death, transformation, shared inheritance, finances, things like this. There's also abundance, monetary value, things that are hidden to the outside world, occultism. And also, with the 8 count coming out, there could be something significant here pertaining to music or dance or like a count of 8. Maybe 8 siblings for a few of you. This passed on loved one of yours would like to let you know that, you stand on a steady flame. You are a steady flame. You are not a wild flower. You are not a wild fire, but you are a wild flower. Meaning that you spread endless beauty everywhere that you go. You're aware of your inherently destructive properties because we all have birth, life, death. We all have beginning, middle, end. We all have creation, destruction, sustaining energy to us. And so in that way, this passed on loved one of yours is saying that you are very much intentional about your destruction energy, meaning that you do not go and destroy things unless it is to create something. You do not practice self-destruction. You do not, you do not have a tendency to self-destruct or to sabotage situations in your life for yourself or those around you, knowingly or unknowingly. And there is this energy of self-sacrifice that came out earlier. And they want to remind you that you are now renouncing renunciation. Because there is only so much that you can not have. Because with this life, there is death. And because you have mastered the energies of death, Scorpio, because you've mastered the energies here of death, you are also tapping in with Pluto, which is fire and water, the planet of transformation. It is life and death. It is death and rebirth. So this rebirth for you in this lifetime, it comes with a steady flame. And this steady flame is one who knows its power and uses it willingly, knowingly, sparingly, and is also a master beyond the comprehension of those around you. You might resonate with being the kind of star seed that you can't learn about very easily. You might resonate with being the kind of soul that has been in places that are not remembered by our society. You might have very specific spiritual gifts that people don't even know you can have. You might have access to universal truth and wisdom and information that it would take such a sacrifice in order to acquire. This loved one is showing me Odin hanging themselves by their toe upside down on a tree in order to receive information from the universe. This is where he downloaded the runes, showing me other energies like this. Even Buddha, showing me the founder of Reiki. It's all a similar story. But there's a depth to you. Now this loved one would like not to focus much on your current incarnation and speak to you more from a spiritual perspective as we're gathering here today, group 2. This is coming through as a passed on loved one for you because this is someone who, although you might be aware of their existence in this life, this is a loved one who maybe hasn't seen you since you were a child, has been passed on, even perhaps your whole life, but they're ever present with you as though they weren't passed on at all, for my mediums out there or those who have very strong spiritual gifts and experiences. And for others of you, this is a passed on loved one from another life where you have personally known this individual and now they're on your spirit team, and this is a passed on loved one to your soul because you see beyond time and space and your connection relationship with this person goes deeper than this. Others of you, again, they knew you in your childhood, so they got to see your pure spirit, your pure, untouched energy. Now, some of you, this is a confirmation that you have walked another lifetime next to this person. That's why you feel such a familiarity. And others of you, this is just someone who loves you a lot, feels like family, if they are literally family, or someone who feels like it to you. There seems to be something that you have been thinking about tiptoeing towards that is in connection with this energy that came out earlier. It's this theme that's coming through about there's something that you are used to experiencing, that as a child you were spiritually aware in some way. There's an energy of, I know that this is part of my path, it always has been. Every time I have a life, or in life in and of itself, I know for me, this happens every time. This happens every time on this birthday, or after this energy passes, or after I reach a certain evolution of consciousness. There's an energy of this certain event happens every lifetime. But it's not a pattern of karma, it's a pattern of devotion. I'm being shown actually the stigmata, for those of you who know what that is. And for those of you who do not, this is an energy where the wounds of Jesus Christ manifest in the followers and disciples of Christ. And they will continually have these wounds break open, and they will have visions of from Christ, of Christ. They'll experience what we call in yoga darshan, where they see the eyes of Jesus and walk through an embodiment, like a remote experience of the crucifixion and resurrection, and experience these wounds, and they heal up, and it happens again and again and again. So this is something like this. Now, it doesn't have to be that. It can be that. It can be something. It can be something. I'm not really getting it's too much. I'm not getting that it's less deep than that, which is astounding to hear, group 2. But you will know there's something here that's special to you. It's sacred to you. You will know, or if you know, your soul feels this familiar calling to something. It can be where you know that you have to, that in every life you get on the battlefield at a particular age. You know that in every life you have a mission to transmute something. You know that in every life you break through a certain boundary, or you know that in every life you experience a certain energy of self-sacrifice in order to show devotion. And it's not in a sad way, it's in a happy way, but it's something that's a big deal. This passed on loved one of yours wants to come through and let you know that you are supported, and that this is most likely not something you're going to experience in this life. Not because you cannot, but because, again, your devotion has gone through the tunnel to the other side. You are renouncing renunciation. Some of you might be most comfortable meditating on a mountain in the Himalayas for 5 lifetimes straight. And in this lifetime, you are born in the middle of New York City, or Paris, or London, or Cape Town, and you are around the hustle and bustle and energies, and this is foreign to you. Some of you are experiencing your first life in humanity, or your first life in modern day human civilization. There is this acknowledgement of your individuality, your blessedness, your sacredness, and your ability to bless others and see the sacred energy in others that's coming out here. And this passed on loved one wants to let you know that you make a larger impact than you think that you do by your stillness. You have trained in other lifetimes to be untrainable. And so in this lifetime, when you look around and you see conditioning, it not only doesn't resonate with you, but your stillness, lack of destruction, lack of need to destroy things, but your mastery over this energy as well, it allows you to step in and simply leave things better than you found it, while being still and at peace. I'm hearing an easy silence yourself. Some of you might have a lot of cardinal and mutable energies in your astrology chart, You might be the kind of person who finds it easy to begin something and sustain something, and maybe you have a hard time getting around and finishing that scarf, or finishing that project, or finishing that paper, but you got 90% of the way through with it, things like that. And this is actually a blessing, because you have finished. You have finished. Now you are walking through light and leaving a legacy. So, group number 2, I'm actually going to cleanse this space for a moment. So I will extinguish the flame here on camera, and I'll come back in a moment for your channeled light code. This flame will not go out, which I think is a beautiful analogy for your energy here. Your spiritual flame doesn't go out. No matter what happens in life, you do not lose your connection with spirit, with the divine. So, separate from group 1, we are separating the elements here. We've got the earth coming through with the peacock ore. It's like earth and spirit, a little bit of air. We've got the fire and air coming through with the candle. And now we'll get into channeling your light code. Group 2, there is an earthly blessing that this passed on loved one of yours is going to be presenting to you in the physical. Again, it's an earthly blessing. And there is also an energy here about when winter turns to spring. Passed on loved one of group number 2. Immediately I'm hearing drawn Om. Group number 2. This passed on loved one of yours would like for you to remember your infinite nature that is birthless and deathless. You seem to be picking up on a lot of energies and divine truths that are going to shake up your perspective in this world. Also, there is a significance here coming through with music, or specifically a treble clef. You do seem to have something that's growing and expanding for you infinitely, and there's a pattern that has been on repeat for a while, many lifetimes, this recurring theme that's coming up, that you have finished walking that segment of the journey. You have completed something, and now there's a dream or a premonition or a vision you had in childhood about this life that's going to be coming through, but it's coming through in a surprising format. This passed on loved one of yours wants to help you work with and awaken some of your more tangible spiritual abilities. There seem to be things that you are aware you can do, but have no place to practice them, no one to speak with them about, or are perhaps shy around energies who do not know that these exist, or there's this question of practical application of something because of maybe today's society, the people around you, your place in this world. I'm being shown again like a monk meditating in the Himalayas in solitude, and perhaps this monk is levitating, and maybe this gift carries over with you in this physical life. And so in this life, you're aware maybe you can do this, maybe you've practiced it a few times in solitude, but you're wondering, how is this applicable? Like, perhaps you live in the middle of a city or in a place where people don't even validate spirituality. And you don't want to be I'm hearing circus monkey. You don't want to be a test subject. You don't want to make a spectacle of it. It's not about what you can do. It's about allowing yourself to express yourself fully. This passed on loved one understands in a way where they're able to not be in your shoes, but they're able to understand in their own way what this feeling is like. And they want to come through and tell you, group number 2, that you deserve to hear the songs in the wind. You deserve to hear the great Om, or peace, or Amen, that is behind all of the sounds, to see everything. You deserve to express yourself fully with the experience that you genuinely have in this lifetime. And they want to let you know that their guidance and presence in your life is going to strengthen a lot. So don't be surprised if you start hearing from this passed on loved one of yours a lot more. Now, from a more grounded energy, because they've been really diving into the spiritual stuff with you, group number 2, they want to just kind of ground this a little bit and let you know that you have recently passed a crossroad, but that crossroad was not intersecting with your path, actually. But you were aware that it was close to it. There's something around you that seems like it's grounding, and then right when it does, it takes off again, and then it seems like it's going to ground and it takes off again. And the energy here, it's actually ascending, it's going upwards. You're waiting for something to ground, but it's going up, and that's a good thing. So I'm hearing buy low, sell high. So there's something where you're waiting for it to drop, but it's only going up. But this is a good thing. So there's an energy here about there's no bad timing. The best time to do it, like the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is today. There's an energy of the best time to invest was yesterday, and the second best time is today. The best time to meditate was before, and the second best time is now. When it comes to your physical grounded life, you are aware that you are a catalyst for growth for many others, and that the catalysts that you seek for your growth, you might find very specific and helpful resources, but they might not be relatable or easily accessible in a certain way. And this is also divinely orchestrated. This past on loved one wants to let you know that the people around you are there to love and support you in ways where they support you while you grow, and what you grow into teaches them by example. They support your growth. They support you. And what it is that you grow while you're supported, it teaches them. So, you might feel a bit lonesome sometimes. You might feel a bit like an odd one out sometimes. But the one thing that is stable is change. The one thing that is consistent is growth and expansion, is infinity. So continue to see beyond, continue to allow yourself to smile when others might not understand. Allow yourself to express yourself authentically in ways that others might not understand. When you just can't help it but smile or laugh or dance or sing or meditate, go ahead. Do not worry about it if it is appropriate to the illusion that is around you. It is always appropriate. This is what you are here to teach. No longer what you're here to learn. But you are learning to apply this pertaining to this lifetime, this incarnation. This passed on loved one of yours is coming through as a bit of an angel. It's giving angel, it's giving saint, it's giving godly behavior. So this is somebody who, again, maybe they always had a rosary on them. This is someone who is maybe a devotee themselves. This can be someone who is very religious, very spiritual, or just is a saint-like person. And it doesn't have to be in a denominational kind of way, just in general, very saintly. And there's also this message coming through about don't be afraid for the past to repeat itself, because it won't. Otherwise it wouldn't have happened already. One thing that is constant in this universe is change, so do not fear the past repeating itself, because it is only that fear that will bring that probability into your life that goes against the natural flow of things. They say patterns repeat themselves, but every moment is entirely unique. So do not fall into the illusion of what small-minded energies can fathom. Simply continue to expand and grow and know. Can we get, please, a message from the passed on loved one here of group number 2? Can you please send us a message through these cards for group number 2 about their grounded life or something that is tactical for them in their life today. Three of Cups. They want you to focus on your community, interpersonal relationships, and celebrate the small wins. They want to let you know that you're about to experience a milestone. You're about to come up on a milestone in your life that you've been wanting to reach for a long time. And it's going to mark not the beginning of something like you once thought, but rather the end of something. And it's going to be a celebration that goes out with a bang. And again, allow this to be a moment for you to really focus on love, on loving people, on loving plants, on loving animals, on loving yourself, loving the divine, God, source, universe, loving community here. The community that is oneness, the community that is humanity, the community that is being on Earth, the community that is our solar system, galaxy, the universe, the multiverse, etc. Again, this milestone is not the beginning of something, but the end of something, and you're beginning to realize this. They would like to confirm your intuition about releasing something, and they're telling you that you received correct advice about easing out of it. There is definitely something here that's going to be beautiful and a bit of a surprise energetically. Not a surprise, but physically a bit of a surprise. Or perhaps your emotions around this might be what surprises you. And also, you're going to experience a very large and blissful spiritual awakening soon that is going to be a permanent fixture around you moving forward. This is something that is contagious. Remember that your body does not need what you were once taught that it does. But do not allow that to prevent you from caring for your body like it is a temple, like it is a divine structure. This passed on loved one would like to let you know that you have done a lot to help others, and now you're activating in a different way. The way that this will physically ground in your life will be different than what you thought, but it will feel better than you ever imagined. And this is something that you've seen before. I'm hearing that song, he's got the whole world in his hands. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords coming out. This passed on loved one would like to let you know that you are going to be receiving, again, an earthly gift very soon. This is coming up again. They're showing me the 8th house again, the number 8. And it's not really giving Scorpio or Pluto, it's giving 8th house. Those energies are all three a bit different, although they are in the same category. They're under the same umbrella. They are actually different. So there's something here about categorically accurate. And also the number 8 specifically that's coming out. 8th house. Specifically, 8 in numerology. What does 8 mean to you? You're going to see more in this lifetime than you thought that you would, simply because you are open to change. And because you have laid the foundation that you have, there are truths and gifts that you have that you're ready to do something with, and you're going to be shown the way. This passed on loved one would like for you really to focus on your connections at this point in time and see the ways that the universe connects with you through them. This passed on loved one is going to show you a larger perspective about something and how an ending that's coming in is actually something that you can, I'm hearing, take to the bank. So it might sound counterintuitive, but you've also received this truth in the form of advice and someone who is more knowledgeable or educated in a particular topic specifically than you are. This passed on loved one would like to let you know that when they let go of your hand, it is because they're preparing something for you, but expect them to increase in their presence in your life slowly, steadily over time. There's something that you are the answer to, you have the key to, but what is the good of having a question? What is the good of having an answer when the question is not being asked? So continue to, I'm hearing that phrase like chew like you have a secret. So continue to know, continue to trust, continue to have faith. And the practical application of these things are going to reveal themselves to you over time. This passed on loved one wants to let you know that you've done a phenomenal job at building what you're supposed to build, doing what you're supposed to do, and remembering who you are in the process. Remember that the best investment is one that is one that is not alone. The best regulation is co-regulation. We are not meant to be social all of the time. But again, there's an energy where you've spent lifetimes in solitude. There's an energy where you have spent lifetimes as a renunciate. And so what is spiritual for you might be inherently different from those who are heading in the opposite direction, because they're not heading in the opposite direction. They're actually following your path. You are detaching from detachment, renouncing renunciation. You are in solitude when you're in a room, not because you're alone, but because you're in oneness. And so, allow yourself to see and feel and experience and act beyond like you truly are. One thing they would like to draw to your awareness before we go, do a little bit of bibliomancy here. I'm hearing on the right page on the top. So we have, this is my book, The Fool's Journey here. We have, as the sun came out, the fool felt like it was the first day of the rest of his life. His energy felt renewed, and he contemplated what to do with his new-found wisdom. Now he was new. He reflected on his heart's desires and all he had learned from his journey. The fool looked up at the sun. He realized that this was his great source of light. The fool wanted to be like the sun, bold and bright for all to see. How brilliant and authentic the sun was. We're drawing awareness to the 3 triangles here, but primarily to the number 23 that this page is on. So, group number 2. This reading was a bit long, but this is your channeled message from your passed on loved one. If and when you're interested in a personal session with me, you can find that in the link in the description box below on my Etsy store at Spiritualistic. I offer personalized channeling sessions, tarot readings, astrology readings, astrocartography, astrosynastry readings, personal light codes, Reiki sessions, and you can of course find all of my decks, books, journals, crystals, candles, jewelry, and other tools to help you with your spiritual journey as well. So when you're ready to work with me, you can find the link on Etsy at Spiritualistic. And I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. I love you. I'm grateful for you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. And I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, group 3. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from a passed on loved one. And you selected the 3rd group with the raw emerald stone here. Now, the first message that is coming through here for you, group number 3, is not to forget that you are a shining star. There is awareness being drawn about a group of people, a collective, a particular community, and there's something here about not forgetting that you are the one that is like balanced. You have a clear head on your shoulders. You've got emotional stability. There's also something here about wisdom, spiritual and emotional integrity, things like this. There's just this energy of you are the one with the clear head in the bunch. There's also an element of eyes or eye strain coming out as well. So this person can wear glasses, or maybe they went with you to get your glasses, or they helped you pick out your glasses, or there's something like this pertaining to eyes or vision that's coming through. It can also be that this is someone who shared a group, collective, or community with you, and they were maybe the odd one out. They were maybe the black sheep of the herd, and maybe you are also the black sheep of the herd. Maybe they were the first black sheep of the herd, and you were the second. This loved one of yours wants to come through and let you know that they're rooting for you. They cherish you a lot, and that they're glad that you are taking care of the things and people that you need to take care of. And I'm also hearing no more and no less. This loved one of yours thinks that you are very bright, very smart, very special, very intelligent, and you've always been like a go-getter or an overachiever. You've always succeeded at what you set your mind to. You always even overachieved your own goals. And so they want to remind you to relax a little bit. It's coming through like this, like relax a little bit. It's okay. You always succeed at, you always exceed your own goals. Relax a little bit. You don't have to try so hard. It's you. Your half-assed is, this is funny. I'm hearing your half-ass is most people's full ass. I think I've said that one other time on my channel, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So if by some chance you heard that one other time I said that, there's some sort of relevance here to either that message, or maybe it was from your spirit guides or another passed on loved one message. I don't even remember. But they would like to remind you that life can sometimes be peaceful and calm and stoic as well. It is okay for you to rest. It's okay for you to rejuvenate, and you don't need to rest so you can recharge to keep going. You don't always have to be fixing something or doing something or making something. It's all right for you to have a little routine, like playing bingos on Tuesday night. It's okay for you to play Scrabble on Saturdays. It's okay to have that same cup of coffee or that same tea every day. It's all right for you to settle into routine. And it doesn't need to be the kind of routine, like, they're not saying it's bad for you to do this. They would never discourage you from having a productive routine, like waking up and working out, doing your skincare. I'm hearing the 30-30-30 rule. Now, this past on loved one of yours would never ever discourage this, because you know the secrets behind your own success. But outside of these things, it's okay for you to have non-productive routines. It's all right for you to have that cup of tea every night at the same time because you like it. It's okay for you to be a little boring sometimes in your routine and your rituals. And they want to let you know that sometimes the sweetest joy can be found in boring moments. That not only is it okay to be bored, but it's okay to be boring sometimes. Sometimes that's more exciting than having a lot of things going on. This passed on loved one of yours, there's something really prominent about the eyes. If this is someone that has genetics, like the same genetics as you in any way, you might have the same eyes. This can be someone who has really piercing eyes, or this can be someone who, there's something here about the eyes that's really strongly coming through. And also I'm hearing carrots, like beta carotene, like make sure you're eating your carrots, make sure you're eating those nutrients that are healthy for your eyes, things like that. This loved one of yours is a diamond in a rough. Now, this is an emerald. As you know, Group 3, emeralds are very raw, precious stones. They are sought after. They're pretty expensive. They're difficult to come about. And, I don't have the best lighting in my room at this point in time, but if you were to look at this from the outside, this is a raw emerald, meaning that the outside of this, you're going to see a little bit of a geode, although it's technically an emerald. Parts of this, you're going to see the most beautiful, bright, illustrious greens and crystalline structures that you've ever seen. And some parts of it are boring and some parts of it are magical, and it's all like evenly distributed. It's not in a particular pattern. It's not half rock and half crystal. It just is. It is natural. It is organic. It is what it is. So it's all right for you to have a little bit of boring and a little bit of magic, because sometimes magical is boring and sometimes boring is magical. This loved one of yours really would like to encourage you to keep moving forward, of course, with your goals. And there's something here about a silly dream of yours that might not even be literally possible. It might just be like a dream, like a fantasy, a fairy tale, something like this. They're showing me like, oh, when you were little, like, oh, I want to be a mermaid, or wanting to play make-believe, or there's something like this that's coming through, and they want to remind you that you can follow your dreams, even the silly ones that make no sense and maybe aren't even literally physically possible, because you can always get into a new hobby, you can always learn more about yourself, you can always fulfill your own desires and dreams like this as well. So they want to remind you that they will support the dreams that make no sense to support. They will always support your dreams. They'll be the one that will always support the things that even make no sense just because you like them, because life is too short not to do the things that you like, not to be around the people that you love. Life is too short not to move mountains for people that you love just because you can, or at least you want to try. Now, I'm going to move into this fire scrying here. This loved one of yours wants you to be careful. They're saying, careful, it's flammable. Okay, so there are some things around you. Maybe you're wearing something flammable, like watch out for your sleeves today. Maybe there's something around you that is a little bit feisty. Maybe you're around someone, or if this is someone in your family line, maybe there are people around you who are kind of feisty. I'm just hearing, be careful, it's flammable. Some of you maybe use a little less bleach in your cleaning if you're doing that. And for others of you, they want to remind you that sometimes the good old-fashioned way is not always the best way to do it. And there might be tradition built around it, there might be culture built around it, there might be patterns built around it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best. Now, sometimes good enough is good enough and you can leave it alone. But they also want to say not to refute things that are up and coming, that are trendy, that are next, not for the sake of being one with the trends, but rather because this way you can choose to grow, evolve, and progress. This loved one of yours is saying that looking back at it, they wish that they would have stayed more current with the times. Maybe they never upgraded their TV. Maybe they never changed their wallpaper. Maybe they had really old cabinets. Maybe they ate a diet before they flipped the food table appropriately, the food pyramid appropriately. Maybe they didn't upgrade. Maybe they never got a cell phone, or they never upgraded their cell phone. There's something here where they wish that they would have upgraded with the times, because even though it might be annoying to have MySpace, and then it changes to Facebook, and then it changes to Instagram and Snapchat, and then it changes to TikTok, and then it changes to whatever. Sometimes it might seem a little bit redundant or unnecessary, but at the end of the day, if you are on MySpace and everyone is on TikTok, then that is when you kind of wish that you had kept up with the times. Even if it's just for the formality of being up to date or being with the times, they're letting you know that pop culture is something that cannot steer you wrong. It might misdirect you with morals and values and trendy beliefs, but it's always good to be up to date. This is something that they are sharing with you. This is a pearl of wisdom that they got too late, or after they could have done anything about it. For some of you, this has to do with medicine. For some of you, this has to do with education. For some of you, this has to do with technology, or even just things like social media or clothes. Certain things do come in and out of style, so it's good to hang on to those old things, they're saying. So maybe that one pair of Levi's jeans that are trendy when you buy them and not trendy the next few years, but they're trendy again after that. Things like that that'll last a long time, they're saying it's good to hold on to. But things like shoes or phones or medicine, they're saying it's always good to make sure that you are at least current. It doesn't have to be the freshest, newest, coolest, but at least stay current, because this will at least keep you on a wavelength that's able to resonate more with your surroundings. Now, we're seeing that this loved one of yours, they're a little bit repellent to certain energies and a little bit magnetized towards others. They seem to want to let you know that they understand the choices that you've made in this life, and that they would not have made the same ones, but they understand why you did. And they want to let you know that it's okay. I'm hearing forgiveness is not necessary. They absolutely understand you and they love you no matter what. They have a more similar perspective to you than anyone else in a certain group or community or family or something like this. And so they entirely understand. In fact, given the circumstances, they're saying if they had seen the whole story while they were alive, they might have done the same thing. But they do want to let you know that it's okay to hold belief systems that go against the grain. It's okay to be the crazy one when you're in a room full of crazy people. And they want to let you know also that you are just fine alone, but that doesn't mean that you deserve to be. It also doesn't mean that you deserve to settle for people in your life that, for the sake of not being alone. So they seem as though they have a lot that they could tell you, they have a lot that they want to tell you, but they strongly believe that you're just fine by yourself. And it doesn't mean alone, it doesn't mean in isolation, but it simply means that they think you're doing just fine, and they don't really see the need to give you much advice, because it seems like you've pretty much got it all under control. But they do want to tell you that there is a significant moment in your life that's coming up soon that they can see that maybe you're not aware of is going to happen yet. There's a milestone in your life that you're going to reach sooner soon enough, they're saying, that they wish they could be there for. And they did want to extend this message to you. They wish they could be there to see something. They always dreamed about it, and it seems as though they were not alive long enough to see it. But they want to let you know they'll be there with you in spirit. They want to let you know that they approve, whatever this is, and they are looking down over you. And whatever this is, you might not even know what they're talking about right now, but whatever this is, some of you do. You know exactly what this is, but either way, you will get some sort of sign or confirmation from them, from the specific person, on that special day for you. So they want to let you know that they will be there, even if it's in spirit, to that graduation, that award ceremony, that wedding, that baptism, that whatever it is for you. They want to let you know that they will be there, and they will let you know, even if it's in spirit. So they don't want to they're saying they don't want to dig themselves in too deep of a hole over here by talking about some of the things that have been going on, and that there might be a little bit of an elephant in the room, that between you and them, you're pretty much on the same page, but it might not be the most appropriate to speak with you about for whatever reason. There's a little bit of a silent acknowledgement, but avoidant approach to a particular topic. And so they wish to dance around that. But apart from that, they want to remind you that something about your heritage, something about celebrating your heritage looks good on you, or to remember to pass down those recipes, or to not lose a particular cultural practice that used to be a big part of your life and maybe it's not anymore. There's something about like traditional robes or traditional meals or a traditional dance or something like this that's coming through. And they also want to let you know that they're growing. They're growing in spirit, and they're learning a lot of this. They're learning a lot of how to grow, and they're sending you little spurts of energy when they can. This doesn't seem to be someone who's too much into the spiritual. Maybe a little bit, but they don't really seem very spiritual. They seem very routine, very calm, very easy, very peaceful, very happy. And I'm hearing to tell you, even from over here, not much has changed. But they do want to tell you that, it's okay to smile, it's okay to laugh, it's okay to cry. They also want to tell you that it's okay to just stick around the place that you like. If you find a park and you like to go there every Saturday, they're really honing in this message, then go to the park on Saturdays. If you really like a person, you can stick around them. You don't have to play games, you don't have to wonder, you don't have to do much. It's okay to be simple. You like someone and you like someone, it can be that simple. You like a food, then you like that food, it can be that simple. It's life, there are no rules. You can eat it every day if you want. If peas are your favorite food, you can eat peas every day. They kind of really want to remind you that sometimes things that look boring or simple, it's simply a life that's built off of the things that you know are your absolute favorite. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try new things sometimes. It just means that when you get to a place where you are comfortable, you can stay there. Doesn't mean that you don't grow or evolve or learn, but it's okay to watch your favorite movie 1,000,000 times. It's okay to play your favorite board game every week. It's okay to be around your favorite person all of the time. And sure, you need space and boundaries and all of these things, but those things come naturally. Sometimes you need more space, and sometimes you need less, but no matter what you need, it's always nice to be around someone that you love. Sometimes you need more protein, and sometimes you need less sugar, but no matter what, you can still eat those peas if you really like them. They really want to hone in simplicity, like the little things in your life. Doesn't have to be luxurious, doesn't have to be fancy. Maybe try to keep it up to date if you can, but other than that, sometimes just sitting down, and they're showing me needlepoint, like stitching something, sewing. Sometimes sitting down and doing something like this can be therapeutic. It doesn't always have to have a reason other than the fact that you like it. That's more than enough reason. This person's energy is a little less timid and shy than they were in the beginning of the reading. This might not necessarily be someone who would be comfortable with maybe mediumship or channeling or something like this. I'm hearing like seances, which is a very cliche word, which isn't technically false, but also not technically what I'm doing here. So this might not be someone who would instinctively, naturally be comfortable with this. But they're coming through and they love you and they're grateful to speak with you. Anyway, they're becoming less shy now, which is important. So this flame here, it's really steady. It's really consistent. They want to let you know that they're saying you got 2 arms, you got 2 legs. You have 2 legs because you can go more than one place. You can go up and you can go down. You can go left and you can go right. You have 2 arms because that way you can get more done. If you want something done, you can do it yourself. There's something here where this person is very independent. Maybe they don't like being dependent on others. And they're saying that you're very much the same way because you're smart. Sometimes if you're really intellectual or you're really educated, or sometimes if you're really emotionally stable, or if you're really spiritually evolved, whatever it is, sometimes it's best to do stuff by yourself. But also sometimes it's nice just to let someone help you so that you can have that experience. And I'm hearing you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Sometimes it's best just to do stuff by yourself, and then you can go around and be the happy helper. But sometimes it's also nice to let yourself receive and just say it, leave well enough alone. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Now, they're not saying that you would throw a fit, and they're winking for some reason. They're saying that you don't throw fits, but wink. But with this being the case, they also want to let you know that there are some things that are not fully transparent to them that are transparent to you, which is why they feel a little bit like they don't have a right to give you advice for whatever reason. Especially, there's something here that they should be giving you advice on for whatever reason, but they feel as though you know more about this topic than them. Maybe you have the same job, and maybe you're more educated on the topic than them. Maybe you are in the same, in the same family, but you're in different generations. So you have more education as science has evolved over time, things like that. This can be their title in whatever way. Like if this is an old boss, maybe you exceeded their position. But they do want to tell you that they're telling you to follow the footprints. They're showing me footprints, like animal footprints, to not be afraid to follow the footprints or go down the fox trail. They're saying not to be afraid to follow the snow prints or to even make your own. They're showing me someone making a snowman. They're showing me snow. Oh, okay. They want to see you adventure, and there's a reason why your soul is calling you towards something. And there's also something here. I'm hearing this damn snow. So maybe they lived in a snowy environment, or maybe they didn't like winter. There's something here about, I'm just hearing them say this damn snow. I don't know why. And there's something about you like playing in snow or frolicking in snow or being excited about snow or wanting to go places like, Iceland or Greenland or Canada or Alaska or Russia where it's really snowy, like Scandinavia. And them being like, well, okay, like you finding the magic in things that are boring or not fun to them. And they also are coming through with a message where the things that are maybe boring and not fun to you, like they want to show you the magic in that as well. So there's this energy of finding the magic in the boring. And they want to communicate that there are some things there that it's okay for you to settle into. It's okay to relax and rest and receive. And also that you inspire them in certain ways too. You make things fun that they did not like at all. So I'm hearing like maybe snow or a good haircut. I don't know why the haircut is coming through, but it is. So we'll get into your channeled light code now. Group number 3. So I'd like to ask this loved one of group number 3 to just channel some energy through me that maybe it's harder to express. And we will create the image for it, and we'll channel off of this to see what's going on. Okay, I'm hearing that song, I don't want to work, I just want to bang on my drum all day. Okay. they want to remind you that the value of being a good worker sometimes supersedes the value of the work that you're doing, and that's okay. It's okay to work hard at things that don't make that much of an impact, and it's okay not to work that hard at things that make a really big impact. The reason that they're saying this is because they've seen you always try to leave things a little better than you found it, and that intention is enough to sometimes succeed at what you're doing. They're really, again, emphasizing that you, group 3, you're an overachiever. There's a lot of like railroad tracks. Maybe this person lived by a train. There are a lot of, or trains could be significant, railroad tracks or something could be significant about an area, or maybe a story, or maybe even their job. But they're really honing in that you're an overachiever. And so sometimes the best thing to do is good enough to actually meet the qualifications. You don't always have to exceed the qualifications. It's okay to be the best worker at a grocery store. You don't have to be the best CEO that's ever been on the planet. You can be a CEO that meets qualifications and goes home at 5 p.m. and knows how to take a nap. They're saying that you don't have to underachieve because you work at a grocery store or because you have a part-time job. You don't have to underachieve at things that you feel like aren't making an impact, and you don't have to overachieve at things that you think are. They're saying there are enough people on this world who think just like you and who think the opposite in order to achieve both. So everything is not your responsibility. They're also saying that they wish that they saw while you were alive how mature and responsible you are. And they also want to let you know, they're saying hats off to you. There's something here really snow, Christmas time, Thanksgiving maybe. They wish that they could spend the holidays with you. There's something here about division, family division, division in a community, division in a collective, division in an idea or a mindset or something here. There's something they believe in that other people around them do not, and you never judge them for that, even if you don't share the same belief system. Or it can be the other way around. For some of you, it's both. They're showing me the Grateful Dead. They're showing me specifically they're showing me albums. They're showing me the Grateful Dead, the album cover with the tortoises on it who are playing the banjos, specifically. And I'm hearing, fare thee well, my darling. Fare thee well, my... Is it One True Love? I don't remember what song that is, but it's Grateful Dead for sure. There's something here about them wanting to share music with you. They want to know if you still have a particular playlist, if you still have a particular album, if you still have a particular CD, or if you still have a particular hobby for singing, or if you still write music. They want to know if you still have a particular playlist. They want you to play it and they want to listen to it. I'm hearing the song Wild Horses. They want you to know that there's something about a whale. I'm hearing if I can choose what I incarnate into next, I would be a great big blue whale, but don't tell anyone. Or a big humpback whale, but don't tell anyone. There's something here like they want the slowness, they want the depth, they want the ease, they want the peace. There's something here about size too. This person may have been very, very tall, and so they want to be also something that's very, very big. Takes up a lot of space, but it's no big deal that it takes up a lot of space. It's not taking up space to be like, look at me. It just simply is large. Simply is larger than life, but it's not, because life is big enough to have space for everything and everyone. And they also want to share that message with you a little bit. They're saying that you know how to take up space, but you take up space in spurts. This person always took up space everywhere they were. They had a right to be there, and there's something about them being raised to do that. So they might have been part of a different group than you in a particular way, or they might have been the leader of a group or something here. Matriarch, patriarch, something like this. They wish that you had met somebody else, because I'm hearing the three of you would have like more in common than you think, but all three pieces would have put together the puzzle. They want you to see as well that there are things that you like that you don't need to do, and you do them because you want to, but you think that you need to because otherwise maybe you wouldn't be doing them. So they would like for you to, they They would like for you to like turn off the lights and see how you feel. Don't be afraid to spend some time in darkness. And they also want to remind you that sometimes the future can be even more magical than you think. They're going back to technology and things. For example, some of the things that to you are beyond your wildest dreams, that's sci-fi to you now, might be very real elements of your future. Because things are always growing and changing and evolving. So the things that seem impossible, you will see, they're saying, you will see a million more things in your lifetime that seem absolutely impossible today. Manifest, create, be even regular things in everybody's household. So don't forget to create some space for things that you cannot fathom coming into existence during the span of your life. It's one of the miracles of this life, and they want to let you know that sometimes it's good to stay up to date. And it's also good to have a little space in your heart and in your mind for impossible things to occur. Not just because they believe in miracles, but also because humanity makes amazing things. It doesn't mean it's always right, but sometimes what you think isn't possible, what you think is science fiction, what you think is unlikely, can actually be the inspiration for the manifestation of that very thing. I'm being shown like cell phones and electric cars, like automatic cars, things that maybe 100 years ago would have seemed absolutely imaginary, absolutely insane, like the telephone. So leave room for some things like this in your life. Let's see. What message would you like to share with group number 3? Or they want to tell you about something. Okay. The Queen of Wands I'm hearing now, don't take reversals, so we'll honor that. Okay. Yes. There's something about a parent-child relationship that's coming out here. Don't forget that someone loves you, okay? Even if they don't know how to show it, or even if it comes across weird, there's something about what it is that you don't see. It's giving like someone who low-key... Have you ever seen like a couple who like they're in love, but they kind of low-key bully each other a little bit, like they make jokes at each other's expense, but if you were to take them apart from one another, like they would have nothing but the best things in the whole world to say about them, but they kind of tease each other when they're in the room. There's something about this. He's not saying like, they're not saying that it's right, they're not saying that they condone it, but they're just saying like they wish that you could see more of the picture, but it seems that you see more of the picture than anybody else, except for the individuals that have passed on here. They want to let you know that they are in a comfortable place, like they're in their spot, and that there's something here that you recently heard that wasn't fully true pertaining to them, okay? And they want you to know that you'll know what this was, okay? There's something here about them that was told to you that wasn't really true. And they just want to come and let you know that. You'll know that the source of wherever you heard this isn't always the most accurate, okay, or trustworthy. Let's see. Music is coming through strongly here. Let's see. What would you like to show? They want to show you, okay, the value of staying anyway. And they also want to show you the value of removing yourself. There's one that they didn't do that you did, and there's one that you didn't do that they did, and it seems that both of them have pros and cons. This passed on loved one of yours wants to let you know that no matter what you choose, you are free to make that choice, and no one can choose for you. There's no right or wrong, and there seems to be a narrative about right or wrong in either direction about something that is purely your choice. You are free to make your own decisions. You are the one who writes your story, and they support you no matter what. They're saying not to worry about someone else who's here, not to worry about their intentions, not to worry about having enough. This person is saying that the value of your local currency, it'll go up, it'll go down, it'll go back up, it'll go back down 10 more times at least in your lifetime. So don't worry about that. Just do your best. They're saying you can live a humble life, you can live an extravagant life, but either way, let yourself feel comfortable. Express yourself authentically. You always exceed your goals, so it's okay for you to calm down and slow down a little bit. They want you to save your energy so that you live a little longer, because there are some things that they want you to see that they didn't get to see in their life, that they hope that you get to see. They're saying that they know that's a bit of a projection, but they would wish upon you better than they had, better than they could do, better than what they saw. Any other messages you have for group 3? The Magician. They think that something you do is really, really cool, and they want you to stick with it. I'm hearing stick with it, kid. They want you to stick with something that you do. They're saying it's really, really cool. And there's also something here that you've been doing for a very, very long time, maybe longer than you remember or longer than other people realize, that you are, I'm hearing, amazing at. You're the bee's knees at it. And so they want you never to forget, never forget your roots with something, because it's the reason why you've gotten to where you are. Okay? They would love, okay. This passed on loved one of yours is drawing awareness to something that you used to want when you were little, that maybe you're in two minds about now, when you were younger, when they knew you or something. They want to tell you that your happiness is your own to create, but that something is worth it. Something is worth the effort. There's something unseen here that they see about you that would make you perfect. I'm hearing specifically, I'm hearing They're Not Like Us, that song. So there's something here where it's you are not like them, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have those problems, you don't have those issues, you don't have that pattern, you don't have those criteria, you don't have that toxicity. There's something here, and there's something that you do have that they don't. Something with magic, something with integrity, something like emotional maturity. Again, it's mental, emotional, spiritual intelligence and maturity that you have. And so they would like to say that this applied in a particular aspect would be a blessing to the world. And this is something that you used to want, and maybe you don't so much anymore. Maybe you're in two minds about it. And they want to let you know not to underestimate the value of settling down, because it lets you stop and watch and see beyond the TV screen, but actually what's moving in your own life. And sometimes watching something move slowly is just as beautiful as watching it move fast. They're saying they're not asking you to watch grass grow or to watch paint dry, but they are asking you to not make up your mind completely right now on certain things, not because they don't trust your choices, but because they do. And also because there's something here where you're maybe afraid of losing something, or you're perhaps afraid of sacrificing something. Like you might think that you get one or the other of something. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. That might have been something that was triggering a little bit to you when you heard that in the beginning of the reading. It might have been something where you're like, I know, I've been practicing that my whole life. They want to let you know that in this area, whatever this is they're mentioning with you today, or when it comes to your future, it's going to be a little less you get what you get and you don't throw a fit, and a little more beautiful, a little more magical, a little more specified towards you. It's going to be a little more creative and fun and abundant than you're even thinking. Again, leave room for miracles to manifest. Ace of Cups. They want to let you know they support a relationship in your life. This can be with a family member, it can be with a friend, it can be with a romantic partner, or it can be that they support the creation of something, or you moving something forward or progressing something. They're saying something is a good fit, and they're also winking again. This person seems to like to wink, or maybe they're just a little cheeky. Yes, they want to let you know that you are growing and evolving over time, and there is one piece that seems to be like the elephant in the room, that they want to let you know the truth here. Whenever you're ready, you can. If you are ready and you don't want to, you don't have to. You don't have to get ready if you don't want to. If you want to get ready, it's something that it would be a blessing to you and to the world. There's something here where you doing something. Maybe it's you getting money. Maybe it's you having a child. Maybe it's you starting a business. Maybe it's you going after your hobby. Maybe it's you being in a relationship. Whatever it is, you doing something gives back to the world, as opposed to what you see around you. Maybe you see a lot of people around you who are doing things like this for selfish reasons, and their intention is to take. You doing this would give back to the world, not take from it. So they want to share that with you. They want to let you know that you are beautiful. There's something about holding you gently, like a child or a puppy or a butterfly, like holding you very gently and letting you know, like they're giving you a kiss on the forehead and they're saying, I'll see you soon. I'll see you real soon. Don't worry. They're saying time flies like nothing up here. It's kind of giving very much like 1950s vibe. I'm not gonna lie, like the demeanor that they're coming through with. So let's see. One last message I'll have for you. I'm hearing on the right on the top. Okay. They showed me the about the author, so maybe there's something about you exploring yourself, or even like what your about the author would be, or maybe something about me specifically. I don't know. I'm just gonna drop that there. But they want to share this with you. Stepping forward as his most authentic and powerful self, the fool finally reaches the end of the road. To his surprise, he finds himself standing right on the edge of the cliff where he first began his journey. He knew he had headed, this is the end of the book, by the way. He knew he had headed towards the light, and that there had to be more road ahead. He just isn't sure where to find it. The fool knows that if he jumps off the cliff again, he'll repeat the same journey. Now, the fool realizes he's not the same person that he was when he first began his journey. But if that's the case, who is he? And that's why they showed the about the author. Okay, so if you're different now, if things are different now, if you've completed a particular journey, if you've completed a chapter in your life, if you're ready for the next road ahead, now what? What's next? And they kind of would like for you to continue to have this what's next approach to life, to your emotions, to possibilities in life. Be open to endless possibilities. Trust that things that you cannot fathom are going to occur, and you're going to like it. And it might be uncomfortable to get comfortable with the fact that there are cell phones now, or get comfortable with the fact that you're moving from, I don't know, MySpace to TikTok or something like this. But they also want to let you know that in little baby steps in life, some milestones they want to see you go through, and they think that you would be amazing at. And they also want to let you know that if you do go through these milestones, they'll be there every step of the way, and they'll make themselves known. They're saying, I miss you, kiddo. I'll see you real soon. And they're showing me a crow that's flying in front of my house, so something about the birds can be significant. I feel like there was maybe an old phrase from the 1950s about birds, or maybe girls. Do they call girls birds? I don't know. I don't think that's very appropriate. But anyway, that was significant. And I'm just hearing this damn snow again. I'm not totally sure how that will apply, but take that however it resonates. Maybe you live somewhere with snow and this person would not understand it. Maybe this person has a significant story with snow or a snowstorm, or maybe they live somewhere where it's snowy and maybe they were just a little bit cranky around the wintertime. Anyway, I'm being shown a pine tree, and this emerald, like the fact that it's an emerald is really standing out. So the name emerald could be significant to something or someone. The precious stone, like emerald, the actual crystal, can be significant. Maybe someone had like an emerald engagement ring, or a book, maybe the emerald tablets. I don't know, something emerald like is coming through here. What is the one in Wizard of Oz, the Emerald City as well? Maybe Wizard of Oz has some messages in there for you from this person. Yes, so that is all I have for you, Group 3. This was your channeled message from your passed on loved one. I hope this helped shed love, light, and clarity for you. If you are interested in any of my decks, candles, books, crystals used in today's reading, I also offer personal light codes, channeling sessions, tarot readings, astrology readings, astrocartography, astrosynastry, and Reiki sessions. And I have lots of other beautiful, fun goodies on my store. It's going to be linked in the description box below, as well as on Etsy at Spiritualistic. So if you're interested in that, or following me on TikTok, Instagram, my YouTube membership channel, my Patreon, all of that's going to be in the description box below. All of it's at Spiritualistic. And I'm grateful for you. I love you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful, magical realm. And I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you know the next time I post. I love you. Namaste.